Hey everyone, Omogonix here and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. So today I'll be presenting part 1 of my personal rankings for every Halo 4 weapon. Today I'll be starting at number 28 and going down to number 15. Also, just do remember, as some people do tend to forget, that these are just my personal opinions on the weapons. Don't get offended or anything. We all have our own opinions, and feel free to even list your own rankings down below, as I do find them interesting to see. Also, this list is subject to change at any time too. Like after I upload this video, how I think of these weapons could be very different. I know it's like that for my previous weapon rankings I've done too. So with all that out of the way, let's get into the video. In at number 28 is the Gravity Hammer. The Gravity Hammer only appears at one point in the campaign, and it's on some podium on the mission Midnight. When I was younger, I used to grab it when seeing it often, but now I see it as quite useless, as honestly Halo 4's gameplay differs a lot from the Bungie Halo games, and the Gravity Hammer against the Prometheans just doesn't work well. It's not really efficient in a lot of combat situations in Halo 4, and can make the game a little more difficult for you, and you would be wasting your time with it really. Mainly because it only appears at one part in the game, which in turn doesn't allow the players to experience the Gravity Hammer in other combat scenarios. The Gravity Hammer falls in at number 28 on the list. In at number 27 is the Fuel Rod. Honestly, I forgot this thing even existed in the game since I haven't taken notice of it in a while, thus one of the reasons why it falls this low, because I haven't ever really needed it, so it's kinda useless to me personally, just like the Gravity Hammer, and the weapon above in number 26 spot as well. There's not much for me to say about the Fuel Rod because I've barely used it, especially lately, but because of the reasons listed, the Fuel Rod cannon falls in at number 27 on the list. In at number 26 is the Energy Sword. Like the Gravity Hammer, I find the Energy Sword to be kinda useless in Halo 4. I haven't used it in a while, and I would have used it for this video when recording gameplay, so you should be seeing that now. I would count literally any other weapon in the game, excluding the Gravity Hammer, to be more useful than an Energy Sword in Halo 4, so because of the reasons listed, the Energy Sword falls in at number 26. In at number 25 is the Rocket Launcher. The Rocket Launcher, just like the weapons below, is a weapon I barely use in Halo 4. I don't know why some of the weapons in Halo 4 seem useless, but I guess they just are in my opinion. It works like your average Halo rocket launcher, so nothing special really to mention. In my opinion, the rocket launcher is not a bad gun, just kinda useless to me. It's not like I never use it or anything, but I barely do. That's why it's in at number 25. In at number 24 is the Railgun. The Railgun is one of the new lot of weapons that are introduced in Halo 4. I don't use it all much. In fact, I barely use it, and the only times I have used it were just so I could try tolerate it somehow, since I guess at the time I wanted to increase my variety in weapons I was using, try something new. But no, I don't really like the Railgun that much, at least against your quote-unquote traditional enemies. The only use I find for the Railgun personally is killing friendlies like Marines and Spartans with it. Now obviously that's a joke, I mean, it is good for killing like actual enemies too, but on the mission Shutdown, you know that Sergeant Johnson Easter egg where when you kill all the waves of Marines and stuff on a certain difficulty, I think it is, Sergeant Johnson like Marine will come out? Well, that's where I find the Railgun most useful, honestly. And honestly, on the mission Shutdown, when just mucking around and killing the quote-unquote enemies at the start of that mission, the Railgun always seems to help me out in clearing them out. Another small thing which makes me dislike the Railgun actually is the lack of ammunition it can hold, so it's very short term, and honestly I do dislike short term weapons because they may actually be an interesting or fun weapon to use, but they're given a very small ammo capacity. Like, if a weapon is very powerful, then I can understand its ammo caps, but it can just be a small factor which leads to me not really using the weapons, since it can't hold that much ammo anyway. So there's no reason to carry around dead weight you won't use often. In at number 23 is the BOLTSHOT. The BOLTSHOT is another new weapon introduced to Halo 4. It's one of them weapons that I'll use if I've got nothing else. The Halo 5 BOLTSHOTs are definitely an upgrade compared to this in my opinion. Its design's good. The Promethean weapons do all have a pretty cool and unique design and style, And also something I just found recently when playing, which I've actually never noticed, but bolt shots, just like plasma pistols, can be charged up over time too, depending on your difficulty. The charges can do quite decent damage. If you get close enough, you might be able to take out an enemy in one hit. Again, it depends. There's nothing really much else to say about it, honestly, since to me the bolt shot, whilst I don't dislike or hate the gun at all, in fact I like it in Halo 5, it's just very bland in Halo 4 and doesn't offer anything really new like the other Promethean weapons do, since they feel a lot more different to other guns in the game and are something new, but the bolt shot just feels quite average. So for the reasons listed, the bolt shot is in at number 23. In at number 22 is the sticky detonator. The sticky detonator is a weapon that I barely use at all, probably less than the weapons I've already talked about that are lower on the list, but not long ago, because I knew I was making this video and I didn't know what I should say about the sticky detonator since I have barely used it, I decided to go onto the composer since there are actually a couple of them lying around on that mission, and honestly after using it properly, it's very cool and can be a fun gun to use. However, because it's not one of my favorites and I barely use it, etc., the sticky detonator falls in at number 22. In at number 21 is the plasma cannon. The plasma cannon isn't really special in my opinion, it's just your basic plasma cannon, and I know a lot of weapons in Halo don't change much over the years, but I don't really care about the plasma cannon because it feels more like an object and a part of the environment than a weapon. The reason why it's up at number 21 though is because it is more plentiful or just more useful than the weapons below because of its fire rate and stuff. It's not powerful or hard hitting or anything. Like I said, I'm not really interested in the plasma cannon because it's very basic to me, and it's in at number 21. In at number 20 is the Spartan laser. The Spartan laser isn't a bad weapon. The one thing I do dislike about it, which I dislike about other weapons that do this, is the charging up before firing. It doesn't really annoy me now much though, since I've gotten used to it and am better with these sorts of weapons now. Plus it's the weapon design after all, so yeah. I can respect how it works. Sometimes it can be a pain too, because you might want to kill an enemy as quickly as you can, but the Spartan laser is taking too long to charge and fire, and that enemy could then be out of your sight. Or if you're on multiplayer, not only could the first lot apply, but your kill could have even been stolen in the time you were charging up the Spartan laser too. Now of course every weapon is useful for many different reasons, for many different things. And the Spartan laser is good when it comes to taking out larger targets including vehicles. Halo 4's Spartan laser isn't really needed throughout a playthrough in my opinion. I've grown to like the Spartan laser in Halo overall, but due to the reasons I've said, the Spartan laser is in at number 20. In at number 19 is the beam rifle. I actually really like Halo 4's beam rifle. It's a really good sniper weapon, thus why it's underneath the sniper rifle in its placing. The beam rifle is an excellent long-range sniper that's steady and powerful. The one thing that can be annoying about it is the overheating if you fire a few too many shots in a very short period of time. The design of the Halo 4 beam rifle is pretty cool too, and makes it feel good to use too. It's definitely a lot more powerful than the sniper rifle, and can kill pretty much any enemy in one hit. Well, at least depending on the difficulty, since I am playing on easy in the gameplay, since I wanted to get the recording done faster and not have enemies slow me down. But since I've never been one to use the beam rifle that much in my years, it ranks under the sniper, but I would for sure count it as an essential weapon overall. I like the beam rifle, but due to me liking the weapons above it more, it falls in at number 19. In at number 18 is the sniper rifle. The Halo 4 sniper rifle is great to use. It's an improvement from the Halo 3 sniper rifle in my opinion, and feels steady, powerful, and it looks great too. Obviously it can't be used in every situation, thus why it's placed in at number 18. The sniper is an excellent long-range weapon overall, and I like it more than the Halo 3 one, but due to me liking the weapons above this one on the list more, the sniper falls in at number 18. In at number 17 is the scatter shot. The scatter shot is honestly a pretty cool shotgun weapon. The way it fires is cool, and it's pretty useful if you choose to use it. The scatter shot has a cool design too, and the sounds are awesome, and add some impact on easy difficulty. In particular, actually, the scatter shot can do one-shot kills with just about any enemy, excluding hunters since I haven't tried it on them yet. But overall it is very, very powerful on easy, so if you're just running through an easy playthrough quickly, I definitely recommend the scatter shot. It isn't needed, but it is still pretty cool. The scattershot falls at number 17 on the list because I don't use it as much and it's personally not one of my favourites. In at number 16 is the Needler. I have quite a love-hate opinion when it comes to the Halo's Needler overall, because at times I'll think of it as useless or annoying, then other times I'll like using it and think it's cool. Now this does also depend on the Halo I'm playing, and Halo 4's Needler isn't actually bad, in fact it's very good. The spikes fire quite nicely, it sounds good, the spikes aren't overly explosive, and it feels satisfying to use too. I can't say for sure which Needler from any Halo game is my favourite, but Halo 4's Needler is definitely a contender, and it's in at number 16 on this list. In at number 15, and the last weapon I'll be looking at for part 1 today, is the binary rifle. The binary rifle is an amazing sniper weapon, and I do definitely like it more so than the beam rifle and sniper rifle. Mainly because I've always had a good time using it, especially in Halo 5. The way it fires is pretty neat, and I honestly think that this is the most powerful sniper weapon in the whole game, as in my opinion it is easier to get the hang of, and it's one of the reasons to why I started liking it in the first place. Because I used to suck at using normal sniper rifles and beam rifles and stuff, but the binary rifle, because of the way it beams out, feels very easy and cool to use. Due to me liking the weapons above the binary rifle more, it falls in at number 15. So there we have it guys, that there is part 1 of every Halo 4 weapon ranked. Be sure to leave your list down below if you want, and like, comment and subscribe for more if you did enjoy, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.